She's at the 10th and looking to move to 4 under par. And no problems there at all.
That's when she closed the stage.
Okay. Presenting a trophy to our winner, EA1.
Brilliant. Well done. Now walking that in back to back. Well done. That's a brilliant shot in. But congratulations indeed to the 21-year-old. Hello and welcome to the final round coverage of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It's a gloriously sunny day here on Phuket Island, and what a pleasure to have you along with us as we take you through the final 18 holes of this 72-hole championship. It's all shaping up very nicely. We have the very best players in Asia competing, stars from the KLPGA, but also from Japan, from Thailand, and a host of other Asian countries have all brought their A games to what is a fantastic layout. This is a premier golf course in Phuket, really the best. With a storied history, it's hosted several championships in the past and some of the best players in the world, including Tiger Woods. But this week, the focus is very much on the best female golfers from Asia, and what a venue we have. Kate Burton in the commentary box alongside me, former touring professional Nam Padong. And Nam, it's going to continue to be hot. The umbrellas will go up, not because of rain, but because of the humid conditions. But the course is certainly a challenge.
Yeah, certainly the course condition has been spectacular here this week here at Blue Canyon. And we cannot ask for better weather here as well. Sunny skies, blue skies all day, every day. Certainly very hot, but we'll have to keep our eye on the wind there. This afternoon, we'll have to see if the wind picks up any for our players to test their abilities here this week.
Well, the course was first designed back in 1991, and it was an abandoned tin mine flanked by rubber plantations. So the front line weaves through those old trees. The back line is more open. There you can see the signature par 3 14th is nearly an island green. It certainly isn't an easy par 3 when that wind picks up. And then the hole before is the fabulous canyon hole. A par 4, how much do you bite off the corner with your drive? It's all to play for though on the back nine. That is much more open. Water comes into play on several of the holes as well. But the greens are getting a little bit faster now.
Yeah, certainly. To start the week, they were rolling around at a stiff meter of 10. Now they're getting closer to 11.
So there is the course, and there is the 18th hole and the imposing clubhouse. There's been some great play throughout the course of this week. A 65 has proven to be the lowest score. Many scores in the 60s, and you're going to need that in order to remain competitive. The cut came at 1 under par. But at the very top, we have two players locked on 14 under par. After Park Bok-yeom delivered a flawless round of 66 to grab that share of the lead alongside her fellow South Korean Yoo Hyun-jo. We're playing for $800,000 US, so it's an increase in prize money. There's a lot at stake, and why don't we take you through the highlight from yesterday and both of these players finishing the 18th hole. But what a good day indeed it was for Park Bok-yeom.
Yeah, certainly this is her finishing hole here yesterday, and you'll see this beautiful approach shot coming in from the fairway here.
A two-time winner on tour. Oh, that was close. That was excellent. Spent the winter months not in Korea. She actually went to Hawaii and LA to hone her skills ahead of the season and has revamped her game. A short birdie putt at the 18th for a round of 66. No drop shots. A fabulous back nine of 32. But keeping her company at the top, Yo Hyun-jo, who was the Rookie of the Year last year on the Korean Tour. She also had a birdie on 18.
Yeah, certainly she was able to hold this long birdie putt out to get a hold of the co-leader position after round 3 as well.
3 birdies in the last 4 holes for Yu and a round of 67 for Yu, who is looking for her second win in her young career. Won a major last year on the tour, the KB Financial Group Star Championship. So 2 players, both winners. Is it going to be a 2-horse race? Nam, they have got daylight between themselves and the nearest chasers in Lee Hwang Yamashita and Lee Shu Ying. Is 4 shots enough of a cushion, and who will break free, or who could be a big threat?
Yeah, certainly the tail right now is behind those 2 young ladies at the very top of the leaderboard with 4-stroke cushion to the rest of the field. But we'll have to keep our eye out closely on those 2 leaders to see if they continue to separate themselves from the rest of the field or not.
So Yamashita Miyu, the highest ranked player in the field this week at 14, who just got her card to play on the LPGA. She was hitting it close yesterday, just unable to convert on the greens. But other good scores, Jo Hai Lim had a good day on Saturday.
Yeah, certainly you could see how stacked that leaderboard there is. After 10 under par, there's lots of scores at 10 under par, 9 under par, and here you see 5 players at 8 under par as well, just nipping away at the heels of the leader.
Is that too far back? Can you pick up 6 shots on a day like today?
That's exactly what I'm saying about the leaders. We'll have to see. They are in full command right now of the field. It all depends on this first 9 here.
You know, last year on the LPGA Tour, Linnea Strom won the ShopRite LPGA. She fired a 60 Nam in the final round to move from 52nd place to win the tournament. So this is the beauty of live sport. You never know what can happen. And so we hope you've got a drink, and it's a Sunday afternoon. Maybe it's a bit hot here in Thailand, so you're going to come inside and watch the action, because it's been impressive so far to see these players. And these are our feature groups we're going to be paying close attention to.
Yeah, certainly you see there Han Jin Seon at 8 under par, Jo Hee Lim at 8 under par as well, and Kim Soo Ji at 8 under par as well. In this pairing, all 3 girls are tied right now, sitting at 9th place on the leaderboard.
What a player. Kim is 6 career wins, and 3 of those are majors on the home tour. And really, the favourite in that group comes in with a lot of experience. But there is such depth of talent on tour, but a player you've got to be very proud of, Nam, Apachaya Yubon.
Yes, certainly our hometown favorite, Apishaya Yubon, nicknamed Piano. But here in this pairing, certainly an international group. You got a young lady from Thailand, Bae So-young from Korea, with a fantastic 3 rounds of 10 under par as well, and of course Ko Ji-yu from Korea as well.
Ko Ji-yu recently winning on tour last year at the High Resort Ladies Open. And our next feature group, well, the big hitting Hwang Yu-min.
Yes, certainly paired with the steady Eddie Yamashita Miyu. Certainly he's got lots of magic with her short game and putter there. 2 very contrasting player, one long hitter, one short hitting player, but continues to plot her way around the golf course. And of course, we cannot forget about our young lady from China, Lee Shu Ying. Great second round 2 days ago. Yesterday slowed up a little bit.
Won the Tour Championship on the China Tour last year for Lee Shu Ying. So great performance at the tail end of the season. But this is the feature group, and our features our 2 leaders in Park Bok-yeon and Yo Hyun-jo.
Yes, certainly. You know, those 2 leaders at the very top of the leaderboard at 14 under par, and trailing right behind them is Lee Ga-young. Yesterday with a very sneaky round of 68 yesterday.
Yeah, all 3 rounds in the 60s for Lee Ga-young. So screams of consistency. And this is what they're playing for. Now, it's been on display throughout the course of the week in the clubhouse. a beautiful trophy, but what goes with it is a lot of prize money now.
Yeah, certainly the prize money has gone up tremendously from last year. Last year was only a 54-hole championship. This year we have converted to a 72-hole tournament here, and of course the prize money has gone up as well. That is what they're playing for right there.
And it drops away quickly into second place. So the difference, $56,000, the difference between first and second place. And with this tight-looking leaderboard, and with, it seems at the moment, a two-horse race, but anything can happen, certainly on the front line, with that stretch of difficult holes around 3, 4 and 5. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. But this is the first event on the Korean Tour, and most of the Korean players have not spent their winter in Korea. It's too cold. Half the country was covered in snow. They were going to camps in Vietnam, to New Zealand, also out to Hawaii. So they have been playing a huge amount of golf and getting ready for showtime, because showtime is now. Some lovely aerial shots of the 9th green on the right-hand side of your screen, and then the 18th. And then the long walk back up to the clubhouse. But what a setting it is, and Thailand has to be so proud of this golfing venue.
Yeah, certainly is a classic venue here in Phuket.
Well, why don't we go now live to the 9th hole, where we're going to join the group that features Hwang Yu-min. Hwang Yu-min playing alongside Yamashita Miu and also Li Shuying from China.
A little bit of a rocky start for her today. Bogey on 2, bogey on 6, but a recovery birdie on 7. Here setting up for another birdie here on number 9.
Confidently in as well, and a very handy birdie to climb to 10 under par, 4 adrift of the lead.
Yamashita Miu in the yellow shirt there, representing Japan. You'll see her with that big ball marker there as well.
And she's only 4'11". Not the longest player on tour, but has a short game that sizzles. But this is actually a putt for a par for Yamashita. 1 over the card today, so heading in the wrong direction on 9 under.
Oh, and she just missed it on the low-hand side there.
Now a second shot went into the water on this 9th hole, and so that is frustrating. And a drop shot on one of the easier holes on the golf course. And so in fact, a scoring correction out in 38 then for Yamashita. Well, cutting a very striking figure. I mean, Nam, what do you think of the trousers?
Yeah, certainly she's got the long trouser, but it has a little bit of a cut for some air ventilation down there.
She's going to need some air, that's for sure. Li Shuying. Great player, 2 wins at the end of last season, plays on the China Tour and mostly on the Korean Tour, has a Chinese mum, a Korean dad, but this now to stay at 8 under.
And a good cleanup tap in there. A little bit of a struggle for her on this front 9. Drop a shot on 1, drop a shot on 6, and a drop a shot on 8. Now switch back to hole number 10 here. Kim Soo-ji with her birdie attempt here. 2 under par for the day. To move up to 10 under. Oh, dead aim. She hit that flagstick with some command there.
Nice work from Kim Soo-ji. Couple of birdies on the scorecard. Going to need a few more if she's going to challenge the lead at 14 under. We're going to go back down the fairway now on the 9th. I'm going to join Yu Hyun-jo.
The long hitter from Korea here has a chance to reach the green into a little bit of a trouble for her to start as well. This will be a good recovery birdie here. And seems like she tugged it a little bit left to that green side bunker. That is no easy task by any means, especially with that pin location today.
So not the ideal start for you. 2 over par. Remember, had a share of the lead at the beginning of the day on 14 under. Now 12 under. And hunting for a first birdie.
In the all-white there, Park Bong-yoon, the lone leader at 14 under par, 238 yards to the flag here.
Big hit from Park, who has changed her game in the off-season now. And tell us your thoughts on this, because used to play with a fade and completely broke down her swing so that she's now playing with a draw around the golf course, and says that she sees the golf course in an entirely different way.
Yeah, certainly when players change their ball flight direction from a fade to a draw, it certainly changes all their visuals.
Well, having a crack at this Lee Ga-young. And that's come up a fraction short. Lee Ga-young, 3 rounds in the 60s, 69, 69, and a 68. But today, 1 over par, dropping a shot at the second hole. But yeah, if going back to that, so if you're hitting a draw, I mean, a fade is much more. There's much more control with a fade. You could talk to a fade, but a hook won't listen.
Yes.
It's a phrase that's been said many times. Was it Lee Trevino who said that?
Yeah, well, Mr. Lee Trevino does hit a fade, so he certainly is biased on that. But the draw does have its advantages, especially with the driving distance and the rollout as well off the tee. I wonder how she'll start to continue to visualize her shot shapes around the golf course. But this is the season opener. This is the first time we're seeing all these players compete with us here in 2025 on the KLPGA.
So Park Bok-yeon enjoying a 2-shot cushion at the top. Will it stay that way come day's end, or will there be a charge from the chasing pack? It's all to play for here in the final round of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Now Lee Ga-young, a lot of green to work with, and it's going to move from her right to left.
And it's got to chase up that hill. Certainly you could see how much that undulation eats up the pace of that golf ball there.
Yu Hyun-jo, bunker short of the green, uphill all the way. Greens are baking out.
Certainly seems like she's got a good lie there in the bunker. I bet you she's going to elect to fly it all the way back there and try to get a little bit of spin hold there at the top of the hill.
Needing it more of a release. That was heavy from Yu. Well, Yu is not applying any pressure on her playing partner, Park Bok-yeon, who has the lead. Here she is today, all dressed in white. Back of the green note. And this is going to be quick.
Yeah, certainly a little bit of a hairy lie there in the second cut. She's eyeing out her landing area there for this chip shot. Exactly as Kate says, as soon as this ball gets on the green, it's going to be lightning fast down the hill. Couple of extra practice swings there. This is when she has to call for her finesse here. Oh, and she uses the French beautifully. Checks up on that French and release down the hill. Now setting up for a great birdie opportunity there.
That was good touch. Had to take the sting out of it by landing it short of the green. Anything on the green, and she was looking at a 20-foot uphill putt.
Back on the 10th green now.
And this is Ko Jiu putting for a birdie.
A lengthy birdie putt here on 10. And a great lag speed there. Certainly a player that was in command on round number 1 with a spectacular round of 65 to lead the field. Dropped a couple of shots on round number 2, but today certainly making a charge on her front 9 there with 3 birdies.
Well, let's return now to the putting action with our final group. Now, this is you for a birdie. Could do with one. Hasn't appeared on the scorecard as yet for the world number 66. Giddy up. Well, the 3 players who have the lead, Park Bok-yeon, Yoo Hyun-jo and Ko Jiu, all have the same sponsor, the gas company back in South Korea. So they spend a lot of time together outside of the ropes with sponsors' commitments. So they know each other's games very well. Know that Park and Yoo went off to New Zealand in the off-season to hone their skills and get ready for the tour for this season ahead.
Yeah, that's an incredible insight, because I was wondering why those 3 young ladies was practicing together on the putting green this morning. Lee Gan-young for her birdie attempt now. She saw how slow it was up that hill from the putt earlier. And still just did not give it enough gas there. Making the turn at 9 under par. 5 shots back from the lead.
It's going to need to hustle on the back 9. Well, it's been a beautiful tournament throughout the whole week when it comes to the weather. We had rain on the first day that did stop play for half an hour or so, but since then it has been bright sunshine. And this is a premier golf resort, isn't it, in Thailand, in Phuket. You've got some wonderful golf courses, but Blue Canyon really does stand out. The Canyon course and the Lakes course, 36 holes here, worth coming along to.
Here we have actually a pretty interesting situation here for Yo. If she misses this par putt, it could be another 2-shot swing, because Park does have a pretty close birdie attempt there.
Talk us through the lining up that she's adopting here. I mean, taking her time on it, but using the putter shaft.
Just to help her, making sure that she's lining the ball exactly where she likes it. Helps her visual aid a little bit better. And we know how important it is to have good aiming with your putter. Alright, and in she goes for a par to remain at 12 under par. 2 shot back from the lead.
But this a very makeable birdie putt to come for the leader to put the foot down. Park Bok-yeon. A 4 to move to 15 under for the first time in this championship and have a 3-shot margin heading to the back 9.
Fantastic. A delicate little stroke down the hill, but she does capitalize on the birdie. And exactly as Kate mentioned, she is 3 shots ahead of the field, giving her quite a bit of breathing room as she marches to this back 9.
Two-time winner on tour, looking for win number 3 and going about it just the right way. We're going to hop now to the 10th hole, and in the middle of the fairway there's the diminutive figure of Miu Yamashita.
107 yards here for Miu. Yeah, certainly the course is definitely starting to get firmer and firmer out here, Kate. The ball is not really receptive as it was earlier in the week. It certainly got a lot more release out there.
Well, anything left will be gobbled up by these bunkers. It's been a popular spot throughout the course of this week. But now Li Shuying from that left-hand bunker. Looks like she's, well, it's 98 yards for Li. Obviously a lofted club. This is going to go upstairs, but is that lip going to be a problem for her?
Well, she certainly got that upslope to help her a little bit, to give it a little bit of a launching pad off of there, but the most important thing is that she has to catch this ball cleanly. We've seen her ability to hoist her wedges up in the air very high. Let's see if she could repeat this here out of the bunker.
Too much sand between the club face and the ball, so work cut out now for Li on 10. 2 over today, so tumbling down the leaderboard outside the top 10 right now. Big drive once again for Huang Yumin, longest player in this group. Could just toss this up in the air.
Nice abbreviated follow through there, and continues to control that spin very good. Good distance control, just a little bit left, but she will have an uphill putt there for a birdie opportunity.
Beautiful day in Phuket for the conclusion of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Our leaders have marched to the back 9. They are on the 10th tee. Park Bok-yom leads the way on 15 under par. The nearest challenger, Yu Hun-jo, but 2 over today for Yu. Caesar slipped back to 12 under par. Ko-ju, Wang Yumin on 10 under, and Choi Kabin on 9 under. So it's a host of Korean stars all vying for the title. But just creeping on to the front page is Apachai Yubo, nicknamed Piano. I was out there earlier today and I bumped into her caddy, Michael, Irish Michael, and he calls her Piano. He says it's too tricky to say her name, and it's Apachaya?
Yeah, Apishaya Yubon, yeah.
Apishaya Yubon. Great player though. 5th at the US Open last year on the LPGA. And so that was the highlight of her year. And a former Thai Order of Merit champion. The world number 91. But it's going to be interesting for the next month. He isn't going to play because that wrist injury is really niggling away at her, but wanted to deliver in front of her fans here this week.
Yeah, certainly great to see her fighting her way through so that she can perform in our homeland here. But I know she is struggling with some injuries, especially with that massive schedule ahead of her. Lots of golf last year. Certainly injuries are more often than not for these players because they play so much golf, so much traveling, put so much so much wear and tear on their body from practicing and all the competitions that they also got to compete in.
Yeah. Yamashita is in the middle of a 5-week stretch on the road, and that's a long time to be away.
Yeah, she's going to be a rookie on the LPGA. Certainly had a 30 under par round in her Q school for the LPGA, an incredible performance from her as well. The highest ranked player here with us this week.
That was an incredible performance last year to win the Q Series on the LPGA Tour, and also to be a rookie and a world number 14. Well, let's go now to the 10th hole where we join our final group. Here they are, and here is Lee Gai-young.
Yep, and she's going to like that one right up the right center of the fairway there. Going to set herself up for a beautiful approach shot here on number 10. Yeah, certainly you'll see lots of players electing to tee it up as far left as you can so they can hit it away from that fairway bunker.
Second year on tour for you, was the Rookie of the Year last year. Played a full schedule of events, but picked up a major. So played on the Dream Tour for a couple of years, which is like the developmental tour in Korea. There's also the Jump Tour. Amazing to think there's 3 tours. How many tournaments there are in Korea? It's staggering.
Yeah, and of course, that's exactly why they got so many good players up and coming from their country. They obviously got such a great association running tournaments and developing their players. Oh, and a quick tee pickup. She must like that one, folks.
Yeah, perfect line. Favouring the right side, opens up the green. Position A for Park Bok-yeom. Let's go to the 10th now and join Yamashita for birdie.
Oh, and great speed control there from the back of the green there from Yamashita Miu.
Who's taught by her father, who's actually not that great a golfer, which is somewhat strange, isn't it? He dabbles in the game, obviously a huge fan of it and a big student of the game, but isn't an official coach, but he is the one that has helped to carve out that fantastic golf swing. There's a couple of players on the Japan Tour that play on the LPGA. Ayaka Furuwe, also taught by her father. But they aren't professionals, the parents. They're just highly invested in their daughters.
Yeah, certainly when you have eyes that has been watching you since you've grown up, you trust those eyes.
Yeah, it's good return on investment as well.
And of course, she's with her trusty caddy there as well.
Yeah. Yep. There's John Bennett on the left-hand side of the screen, who has worked with Japanese players for over 20 years, the likes of Hinako Shibano, Smiling Cinderella, Sakura Yokomine. But now, Lee Shuying, this to move, in fact, to stay at 8 under par for the Chinese player, went in the bunker off the tee.
And just ran out of speed there at the very end. Great line, though. But a drop shot here on number 10.
내리막 맞아, 내리막.
Well, it was a good shot in from Park. With her distance, was able to toss it up in the air and get that spin that she needed. And with that, I should say with Huang Yumin, because then you get that control and you can aim for the flags, go for the targets and be more aggressive.
An uphill putt moving just a little left to right, and she could not have done that any better.
Good way to start. Trying to close in on the lead. 4 back right now, 11 under, chasing down 15 under. And wasting no time. Yamashita Miyu. There's a lot to admire about her game. So good with a putter in hand. Let's go back now down the fairway and join Yu Hyun-jo.
113 yards. And a beautiful approach shot there. Very lucky that she didn't ended up in that fairway bunker there, and capitalize on that as well. She's always smiling,
Yeah, she's
isn't
having a good
she?
time, isn't she? She is known as being one of the funny girls on tour. Very popular. And still young, just second year.
Yes, only we could understand Korean a little bit so we could get in on those jokes a little.
Well, all in white. Park Bok-yeon.
It's going to be interesting to see how she controls her nerves. She does have quite a bit of a lead here going into the back 9. These first couple of holes here will really tell us if she's settled in or does the pressure crack her. 97 yards now for Park.
Needing that spin, it's a hard green.
Is that the adrenaline pumping through her that got her to hit it a little bit long? We just wonder, we just can't exactly tell what's going through her mind.
Played a full schedule last year, Nam. Played 31 events on tour. That is a lot of golf in 1 year.
I mean, 31 events, that's almost every other week of the year, right?
It's more than, yeah. Good position off the tee for Lee Guy-young.
93 yards. Oh, and a fantastic shot. But man, oh man, is that surface getting firmer and firmer.
Well, making a run up the leaderboard is Ma Da-som. Went out in even par, but then birdies at 10, 12, 13, and now this at 14.
For 3 birdies in a row, and she rolls it right on in there, certainly finding her momentum here. She is one of the long hitters here this week at KLPGA, and she's got the firepower to put a little bit of pressure on our leader here in the back 9.
Great player, a 4-time winner on tour. 3 of those wins came last year.
Back to our leader here. Oof.
It's intriguing to find out now, or to understand with Park Bok-yeon, why, after winning last year on tour, where she won the Hankyung TV WowNet Open, what a name for a tournament, but won that last season and then decided in the off-season, yeah, I'm going to break everything down. My natural shots are fade, I want to draw, and was said this week and last night after that excellent round to find a share of the lead, I didn't think I'd be ready to compete and be on the front page of the leaderboard so soon after making so many drastic changes.
Yeah, it's always so interesting to see players do such an overhaul on their swing mechanic changes, especially when she had such a fantastic season, as Kate mentioned. But also, my admiration goes out to him. It reminds me a little bit like Tiger Woods when he won the Masters by 11 shots, and then he told us, well, I got to get better. I got to change my swing. I got lots of things to work on.
Worked for him. This would be a good 3 for Guy Young. Yeah, professional golfer in that never-ending quest to improve, find that extra 1%. The margins are so fine at the top.
Yet sometimes it could be such a double-edged sword, because you never know once you make those changes, is it really going to improve or are you really going to struggle? Certainly lots of uncertainty.
Super shot in from Yu Hyun-jo. Now this would make things interesting, is to get to within 2.
She has to apply pressure any way she can now. It is the back 9 of the championship.
Well, the opportunities are starting to slip away. Well, as you can see, looking at the scorecard, needing red numbers to reel in her colleague, Park Bok-yeon. Here she is now. This is a par putt to come for Park.
Yeah, I wonder if you made that birdie putt, would that have apply a little bit more pressure here on Park for this par save.
No problems for Park, who continues this fabulous form. The leader by 3. Well, we've got a long putt to come now. Up ahead on the 11th. And this is Ko Ju. Well, it's for birdie in name only.
Certainly a long birdie attempt here. 2 putt here would be excellent for her. It's downhill all the way. Did she play it on the wrong side? Oh, it certainly does curl back in at the very end there.
Ko Ju currently sitting 4 shots adrift off that lead, 11 under par. There were a couple of good birdies on the front 9 on 1, 4 and 6. So trying to make a run up the leaderboard. But now when you look at where we are, and now we have seen so many birds this week. Tell me, what bird is that one?
It certainly looks like an eagle, but I don't think there's any eagles here in Thailand.
A Phuket eagle?
But that's a beautiful wildlife here for sure.
Any eagle-eyed viewers, do let us know. Jump onto Instagram, Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. That's stunning wildlife. And also some stunning style here. You have to admire the way that Bae So-hyun carries herself around the golf course. A real striking figure. To climb to 10 under.
Oh, and just a big swoop and break and putt for her there. Had an incredible round of 67 yesterday. It
was a good year last year for Bae. 3 career victories in 2024. One of them was the Heaven Masters. Okay, it's going to be piano now. Having a good look at this with her caddy, Michael. Even so far in the final round for piano. And it was a slightly sluggish start, wasn't it, Nam? A couple over early on, but then rallied back with birdies on 5, 7, 8 and 9.
Yeah, certainly been quite a bit of a roller coaster there for her. 3 bogeys, 3 birdies, but sitting at even par. Now trying to get it in the red figures here for the first time from her final round. This putt should be breaking slightly left to right from her point of view, just up the hill here. This will be a great birdie here on number 11.
How much movement was in that putt?
Yeah, certainly it was not subtle by any means.
It's not an easy putt when it's a left to right breaker. For a right-handed player, it's just hard to measure how much it's going to break because it's breaking away from you.
Especially those putts that breaks away from you. Lots of players will say those are definitely a lot harder than putts that break towards your body.
And that's because they're going away?
Yeah, certainly. And it feels perceptively, it feels like the break is always, you're always under reading the break, more likely than not.
Well, this will be a good 2-putt for Ko Ju through the back of the green. We're noticing a lot of players from Korea using this pre-shot routine with the putter, using the shaft of the putter to line up. In addition to aim point, hey, we'll be lucky to get this championship done by Sunday evening for some of them. But to remain at 11 under now for Ko.
And in it goes. A great 2-putt there for Ko Ju to remain at 11 under par. Fiery hot start on the front 9, 3 birdies. Has not found any birdies yet in the back 9 here. Exactly as Kate mentioned, the Korean players certainly take their time around the greens, trying to get a good look from every angle. I'm not sure if it's starting to slow the play up a little bit too much. But again, the girls are playing for lots of money, lots on the stakes. This is an important par save here for her. And a fantastic stroke there for the young lady to remain at 9 under par, or 11 under par. Apologize for the CG there. That was Ko Ju.
Well, Nam, we have got fans watching around the world, for those of you enjoying the live stream on YouTube. And Tim King has messaged in to say that that's a red wing Phuket eagle. So, Tim, thank you very much. There is plenty of wildlife that we are enjoying, and we appreciate that. So, the red wing Phuket eagle soaring above the skies here at Blue Canyon.
That's incredible. It's great to see the fans interact in the comments section. We love seeing that. For the other fans, if you want to see more things on the TV, just let us know. Comment, please say hi, like to all the players that you're wanting to see. Back on the 11th fairway now. Lee Shi-young, 107 yards. She's found the green, but not on the right tier. She is going to have a 2-tier putt coming up here for her birdie attempt.
Now Huang.
Seems like she missed it out to the right, just hung out there a little bit. Maybe just got a little bit too fast with her hip rotation there, leaving the club a little bit behind.
A lot of these players, certainly from Korea, spend a huge amount of time on the range when they first take up the game. Some of them don't see a golf course for the first couple of years. They are pounding balls at the driving range, so their technique is always very, very good. This technique is excellent as well for Yamashita Mayu. Third shot in, and we can expect this to be close.
Oh, and it just needs to release up that hill just a little bit.
Just as I bigged her up in the commentary box, said it was going to be next to the pin. Yamashita, you let me down. But it really is going to be fascinating to see how she fares this year, because she is one of the shortest players on the LPGA Tour. Currently 140th in driving distance, but has pretty much owned the Japan Tour, winning the money list twice in 2022 and 2023. So she's been a very big fish in a small pond in Japan. But that tour is impressive, of course. But now coming onto the LPGA, will she be chasing distance? Because when you are, so far behind your playing partners, does that start to affect you?
Yeah, it certainly starts to put pressure on her a little bit, but so many different ways to get it done around the golf course. That's exactly why we love this beautiful game so much.
Well, it can drive us crazy, but it can also drive us to enjoy watching more of it. And we're certainly enjoying watching Park Bok-yeon, who has the tournament falling in her direction right now. 15 under, 3-shot lead over her nearest challenger, Yoo Hyun-jo, on 12 under, but a couple more players lining up behind them, and they are going to start to need making some birdies fast. Ko Ju, Hwang Yoo-min and Ma Da-som, who is making a run up the leaderboard with a number of birdies on the back nine. Fourth shot now for Hwang. Oh, this is great touch. I think maybe she was hoping that was going to release a little bit more. So a bit of work to do for par.
Certainly very interesting to see. Usually number 11 is a very birdieable par 5, but today we have not seen too many birdies here on the scorecard. Oh, and that's an aggressive stroke up the hill. Great speed gauging there for her. I wonder what her trusty caddy, what the conversation between the two of them is. As earlier we saw on the side of the screen, seems like he was trying to give her a little bit of a pep talk.
Yeah, they've been a good partnership. Only have been together since the end of last year. But John Bennett, who speaks Japanese, he is from New Zealand but speaks Japanese, has spent the last 20 years living in Japan. And that certainly helps Yamashita. Okay, Bae So-hyung now. Good day yesterday. Oh, and that was a confident stroke from Bay. That was for a birdie at the 11th. Well, this has to be one of the more difficult holes on the back nine, Nam, doesn't it? The 12th. We're going to come to that in just a moment's time. Let's drop back to the red bow that belongs to Li Shuying, who is putting now on the par 5, 11th hole. This for a birdie to get back to 8 under.
All right, back to Apisha Yayubon for a birdie attempt here on number 12. She's got to get things going a little bit if she wants to get in the mix here. And this would be such a great engine starter for her in the back nine here.
A par it is. Well, this is such a good par 4, isn't it, Nam, the 12th hole? It's tough off the tee, and it's a back pin today. So a 4 on 12 is a good score.
Yeah, certainly this is a long par 4 for the ladies here with a blind tee shot. One of the tougher par 4s here on the golf course. But Koju, she's got a birdie attempt here. Just seems like just a little bit too much pace there.
Well, it's been an interesting week for Koju. She opened her account on Thursday with a 65, then came back a day later and added 10 shots to the score, a 75. But a good bounce back on Saturday, 68. To be part of the conversation for Koju, currently trailing by 4. This now, a par putt to come for Bei So Hun.
And seems like she tugged it right at impact there. And a drop shot for Bay, and it came at a very untimely manner for her.
Well, Huang Yumin was in the bunker at the 11th, splashed out to here. So for Huang, this is to remain at 11 under. This is important. Cannot be heading in the wrong direction with a surging Park Bok Yom.
All right, and a very confident stroke there from her. Exactly as Kate say, right now you just have to apply every bit of pressure you have on the leader. Dropping shots here will not be good for her, giving her too much breathing room. Our young lady from China now with a par save here, Li Shuying. It's been a rough day for her here today, moving in the wrong direction. bogey on 1, bogey on 6, bogey on 8, and even another bogey on 10.
Stunning vista overlooking the back nine of the Blue Canyon course. No change at the top. Park Bok-yeom doing enough to maintain that lead. It's a 3-shot margin that she's enjoying right now. And it's a good view from the top. Will it stay that way? We are on the back nine of this final round here in Phuket. Or will there be a late charge from Yoo Hyun-jo, Ko Ju, Wang Hu-min? Or could there be a bigger surprise and a twist? We will find out. But good to have your company for this final round's coverage. Well, let's get down to the action on the 12th fairway. What's the key with the drive, Nam?
Yes, certainly this drive, you got to keep it up the left-hand side of the fairway as the fairway feeds all the golf balls down to the right-hand side where you see the water hazard there. But for Miu Yamashita, she does not have any problem here as her driving distance will not reach the water. She will be pretty far back here for this approach shot though. 152 yards and taking dead aim at it, but not able to hold the greens here as that ball released all the way to the back of the green. Yeah, certainly we're accustomed to having some rain here in Phuket, but it has been dry, no rain for the past couple of days, exactly why these surfaces firmed up so much. Now from our long-hitting Wang Yu-min, one of the players that could really apply pressure on the leader here. Oh, and a fantastic shot there. A birdie on 12 will really push her momentum here for the back nine. One of the par 4s that we don't see many players birdie here. Now 137 yards here for our young lady from Japan, or from China, Li Shengying. Alright, and she's found the dance floor for another birdie opportunity here.
Well, let's go back and we'll join our leader, Park Bok-yeom. Yoo Hyun-jo. This to inch closer. This would be very handy for you right now on the 11th. Is it enough? And she's left it in the jaws, which she knows. trying to peck away at that lead that Park Bok-yom is enjoying. There are leaderboards out there on the back nine, so she'll know exactly what is at stake.
Yeah, certainly. We've seen her left those birdie attempts short on number 9, number 10, number 11 now. I wonder if those short putts are going to haunt her here by the end of the day.
For now, Lee Gai-young. Who looks like she's got plenty of support and investment from the number of sponsors in Korea. They are walking logos. I know these players, but with so many eyes focused on Korean golf, you can understand why. Most popular women's sport in the country.
And this will be her first birdie of the day here if she could hold this.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Lee cannot seem to buy a putt on this Sunday. Currently 1 over. There's a look at the scorecard. And I know for those of you who are watching on YouTube, a number of you have commented that you like seeing the scorecard. And it's a great way to see what the story is so far in their round. So we'll continue to do that. Well, this is the leader. Park Bok-yom having a good chat with her caddy right now, trying to work out what this putt is going to do. Is there much movement in it, Nam?
She is on a bit of a side hill there, so she's kind of really trying to figure out if it's going to move right to left at the beginning and back to left to right, but I believe it's too short of a putt for it to be a double breaker. I wonder if she'll find the courage to really just kind of firm this one in and play it middle of the cup and take all breaks aside. Very similar pre-shot routine these Korean players have, don't they, Kate? Lining up with the putter, with the shaft, and then shoulder tapping to kind of align their shoulders as well.
Oh, crikey. Now Park Bok-yom, you're going to have to pull the trigger soon. This is a big putt. We're aware of this. This to get to 16 under. But we are hearing that rules officials might be out on the back nine, timing these players.
Exactly as I was saying, she missed it on the low side there. Now lots of homework. Can the screws come a little bit loose here if she missed this one?
So going through the complete full shot routine. Certainly saw the putt as it raced past the hole. But now this to remain at 14 under par.
Oh, and a massive mistake from our leader, Park Bok-yom. 3-putt there for a bogey on number 11, dropping back down to 14 under par.
Ouch. And from a 4-foot birdie putt to a tap-in for a bogey. Well, that certainly gives hope to the chasing pack. There's only 2 shots now separating Park from Hwang. So 14 under for Park. Let's go ahead now to Yamashita. Now Yamashita is 8 under. That's 6 shots back, and it's going to take something miraculous for Yamashita to be holding the trophy at the end of this afternoon. But if this went in, it would be useful. Oh,
Oh,
a couple of fans willing for that to pop in.
I thought you called that one right on, Kate. That would have came at such a great timing there for her to have that chip in right after our leader just 3-putted.
Well, it's interesting to see the players who are trying to make a run up the leaderboard. Mardasson, who's playing the best out of the chasers at 4 under, courtesy of the 4 birdies on the back 9. But that's to reach 10 under. The target is 14 under par. Xu Yingli, well, it's been a lackluster start for the Chinese player. 2 over the card. Come back to her in just a moment. Let's go now to Yu Hyunjo, Code Yu.
Her birdie attempt here now on number 13. To move within 2 of the lead.
That was a great looking putt. That was picking up pace and that was moving swiftly, but 4 under the card today for Code Yu, and you certainly can't rule her out. Well, this will be a very handy 3 for Li Shuying. Leaving the flagstick in, and it was something to aim at, and that is a fabulous 3. Now, 8 under is going to be too far back to challenge for the title, but there are ranking points, order of merit points. There's money involved as well, $800,000 to the top 60 and ties, with $144,000 going to the eventual champion.
Now here we got Hwang Yu-min, one of the players that's slowly inching her way up to the top of the leaderboard. 4 birdies already today. To move within 2 of the lead. Remember, this will be a fantastic birdie here on hole number 12. Such a tough par 4 here. But this is where she exceeds. She's a long hitting machine. And in it goes. Beautiful birdie there from Hwang Yu-min. 2 within the lead now.
And not many birdies had on the 12th hole. It's a difficult second shot in.
Kate, there is a leaderboard there on at the end of hole number 12 green. I wonder if our leader will be leaderboard watching a little bit.
Well, surely you've got to, because you've got to relish the competition. Several players say they don't. As we look at Lee Guy Young, tee it up on 12, watching that this doesn't go too far right. That looks absolutely perfect. But even if the player doesn't like to have a look at the leaderboard, the caddy knows exactly what is at stake and will influence the shot choice and the club choice coming down the stretch.
Yeah, that's always interesting to know if the players are leaderboard watchers or not, you know. Yeo Hoon-ju.
No driver on 12. Top 10 in driving distance on tour, 251 average off the tee with the driver. So trying to go, well, going with the 3 would, and actually that's going to be an interesting second there, Nam, because it's a long way back and she's going to be operating out of that left-hand rough.
Yeah, certainly that rough has been thick. We've seen some players not find their ball, missing it there. Back to our leader there. After that drop shot, we'll have to see how she responds here. Also a fairway medal for her as well. Oh, and she's taking a long look at it, and that's missing down the left-hand side also with a massive kick there.
Well, maybe Park Bok-yeom starting to feel the heat and starting to feel the pressure of the occasion. This is a season opener on the KLPGA Tour. Would love to enjoy a third win on tour, but has her work cut out. We'll come back to that in just a moment's time. Let's go ahead now to 13, where Ma Dasom is having a good day here at Blue Canyon.
Yeah, certainly she gave that one a good run at it, didn't she, Kate? There was no short putts left in sight for her.
5 birdies already on the scorecard as well, Nam. 4 of those on this back 9.
And the only player that found the fairway here will go first. Lee Gan-yong, 9 under par. Oh, and does it jimmy back towards the green? And that's a beautiful kick from her. I wonder if she caught that. She seems to be a little bit surprised there as well.
Well, Lee Ga-young in close, threatening the hole. That's a great look out of 3.
This is interesting to see. The leader group here is going to take some extra time to locate these ball location, and you know they're already falling a little bit behind pace of play also.
And now, for Yu Hyun-jo, will not be able to see the green. 163 yards for Yu. So the caddy there picking out the line. Now this is going to go right to left, this shot. We'll have to grip down on it because it's well above her feet. And it's also quite a way to go now.
Yeah, certainly this is a long approach shot for her, especially from this not perfect lie by any means. She does have water hazard there in front of her as well. But she's going for it. There's nothing to lose now. It is the final day here.
That's a great response. The leader, Park Bok-yeom, went left off the tee. Was way left off the tee. She's amongst those trees, back down on that left side of the fairway. Here she is. And it doesn't look like it's a great lie. Certainly cannot see the flag. It's a blind shot. I have to trust her instincts here.
Oh, and that does not look like a layup swing. She went for it as well. Our leader responded.
What a shot.
Yeah, certainly. That's a beautiful scrambling ability there.
What a great response. In trouble, it was a 3-putt from 5 foot on the previous hole, the 11th. Now, outside chance of a 3 on 12.
All right, back to Ma Dasom for her par save here on 16 to remain at 10 under par. And she taps it on in, but we wonder if she's running out of holes to catch the leader here. She's gonna try to make the final push on those last 2 holes.
Well, Houdini, Park Bok-yeom, in trouble now, out of it. On the green here for 2 on this par 4 12th. Now, this to get back to 15 under. Oh, what a 3.
What a response from her as well after that 3-putt mistake on 11, missing the fairway, but yet still find the bottom of the cup for another birdie there.
How about that for an up and down? Look at that. Yeah, that means a lot to her. That will give her a huge amount of confidence. Get the train back on track after the 3-putt on 11. Good scrambling. Well, now it's over to Yu Hyung Jo.
An uphill putt should be moving right to left here for her. And can she hole it as well? And of course, 2 birdies out of the woods here for these 2 young, lovely ladies from Korea.
2 unexpected birdies. Hey, giving it the fist pump. You like that bit of expression. Super popular on tour, Yu Hyun Jo.
Lee Ga-young now with her birdie attempt. Last to go, but this one to move up to 10 under par. Oh, and a beautiful stroke. Fantastic birdie. Birdies all around for this final pairing here. Certainly not making this number 12 look easy all of a sudden.
Well, they're going to approach the 13th now that has a leaderboard on the tee, so they'll know exactly what is at stake. Now, meanwhile, why don't we go and join Yumin Huang.
After a great birdie on 12, she found herself in the bunker here. She's going to have to find some magic.
In.
Oh!
There's magic. Oh, I thought it had gone in.
We certainly was fooled by the umbrella there. I thought the golf ball was gone at the bottom of the cup there.
A nice execution from the bunker there from Huang, who still very much has a chance at this title. Sits 3 off the pace, but the difference with Huang is that she's one of the longest players out there, and so could have a crack at the green on 15. Good technique here.
Yeah, and worth another look there. She had to get it up and down quickly, and that she does.
Birdie look for Yamashita at 13.
To move up to 9 under par, and yes, she does. Certainly, that putter is starting to catch a little bit of fire here, but we just wonder if it's caught on a little bit too late.
Well, Li Shuying would like to go back to back on 13. And here's a really good chance for the Chinese woman to get it back to 9 under. Unique putting grip that she's got now.
Yeah, certainly a unique putting grip, reverse claw grip there for her. Oh, and a great birdie for her as well. She might not be battling for the championship now in the back 9, but she is battling for those points, those order of merit. She wants to fight her way up the leaderboard to get back to the top 5 position here.
Yeah, currently inside the top 10 in a tie for 8th. And a tie for 8th is $20,000 US. So it certainly makes the week in Phuket even more enjoyable. Okay, Wang Yumin looking for a sandy par. There's been plenty of birdies on the scorecard for Wang. 2 at the front line, couple on the back.
Oh, and a fantastic sand save there for Hwang Yu-min. A quick trip to the beach, but back in on the green and a quick up and down for her.
Well, the iconic par 3, the 14th. Here we have Ko Ju.
Certainly another player that could give our leader a bit of a push here. This chip in would come in such a good timely manner here.
It's a good touch from Ko. She is nicknamed the Birdie Bomber on tour. Makes an awful lot of them.
Yeah, between her and Hwang Yu-min, I bet you they have the most birdie counts here on the golf course.
Yeah, she's known as being an aggressive player, Ko. And you can see she certainly made an impression on the first day with that round of 65. First round leader. Well, the 13th hole has to be one of the best drives you have in golf. No matter if you're in Phuket, Asia, or the world, it is a daunting tee shot. You're flying it straight over a canyon, and it's all dependent on how much you want to cut off on this dogleg right.
And barely snuck it over that top tier hill there for her, but she found herself on the short grass there. Yo Hoon-ju with lots of firepower here, electing a fairway medal. No driver needed for her here.
Good technique now.
Yeah, flawless. It's like exactly as Kate said, a lot of these Korean players, they start their game on the driving range. They might spend years and years on the driving range before they ever see the golf course. Exactly why they all have such fantastic technique, flawless swings.
And for players that are not tall, they can certainly pack a punch. There's a lot of work they're doing in the gym in the off-season and each week. And there's some heavy lifting, some good flexibility as well. Now park on 13. With a revamped swing. Now playing with the draw. It was a fade in 2024, a draw in 2025. What will that translate into? Will it bring a flurry of victories? Already 2 on her resume. Moments ago, Kim Soo-ji had this short tiddler of a putt on 15. And no problems there. 3 under for the day, 11 under for the championship. And have a look at the back 9, 3 birdies. There's a very enthusiastic fan who's clapping an awful lot for Kim Soo-ji, 6-time winner on tour with 3 majors. So she certainly has a following, and one of them is clearly here in Phuket this week. Did you print off your banners? Because a lot of the Korean players have their own fan clubs, and they come dressed up in the colours of that fan club. They have their banners saying, "You are my queen, you are my hero." Only in Korea.
Yeah, certainly it's great to see how much they praise their golfers over in Korea, and rightfully so. These players are very talented.
They are superstars back home in South Korea, and it looks like Park Bok-yeon is marching towards victory number 3 on the KLPGA Tour. There's still a handful of holes to go. Could there be a surprise? Well, do stay with us to find out. This is final round coverage of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. The sun continues to shine down on this fabulous championship golf course. Such great talent from the KLPGA Tour, and here is Park Bok-yeon, the leader. 15 under par and playing 13.
Only 86 yards to the flagstick here, but a very tricky pin location. Only 7 pace from the left edge of the green and 7 pace from the front edge of the green as well. Not much landing space. It is an elevated green. Seems like the wind is picking up a little bit. Quite a bit of lots of grass tossing going on out there.
What a shot! How about that from Park Bok-yeon in close? That's a kick-in birdie for the leader to extend that margin at the top. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of pressure on the contenders.
Yu Hong-ju. Let's see if she could match that approach shot. And not quite. Can it spin down that hill? Yeah, it's incredible to see how quick the tides have changed. Momentum could shift so quickly out here on the golf course, especially on that back 9 on the final championship day.
Lee Ga-young punching one in. Tough to get close, but there's great distance control there from Lee. Oh, but what a good shot in there from Park Bok-yeon. Dialing it in just right. Is this the point where she starts to put her foot down and separate herself from the chasers? There have been a lot of birdies from this player on the back 9, Ma Da-som. This now another opportunity on 17, a back hole location.
Oh, and just burns the top edge there. Running out of holes for Ma Da-som. Certainly has cooled off a little bit. Birdie on 10, birdie on 11, 12, and 14. Well, Park Bok-yeon is going to
tap this in. This now for back-to-back birdies on 12 and 13. No problems, an easy 3 and 16 under, leading the way in this final round.
Kate, I wonder if that was a little bit of a strategy play where she go ahead and taps in her birdie to apply a little bit more pressure on her playing competitors.
Yeah, my job is done. I'm just going to go and wander down to the tee now. I'll leave you two to fight this out. Have a look at this putt, Nam. Certainly for Yu Hyun Jo and her caddy are getting involved. Where's it going to break?
It's going to break right to left pretty hard down the hill. She's going to barely grace this putt and just let the slope do the magic here. But more importantly than anything, she's just trying to find the apex point of this putt. She's trying to find the highest point where she wants to start this golf ball here before it starts to trickle down the hill. It is a speedy putt. Here, another look at the side hill. Her caddy calling for her to go look behind the hole also, Kate. Lots of looks all around 360 degrees.
Yu Hyun Jo will eventually pull the trigger on this putt. You know, sometimes, Nam, can there be paralysis by analysis? They are reading this from every possible angle.
Yeah, sometimes over-evaluation could hurt the player as well.
Just becomes so confusing.
Kim Soo-ji, second shot there.
Oh, and it's a goodie on 16. So Kim Soo-ji, one of the best players on tour. That was recorded moments ago. And so Kim Soo-ji looking to make an impression on this final Sunday. It's for a birdie now. 3 under the card for the day to move up to 11 under.
Oh, and it seems like she just flashed her putter face a little bit open at the moment it struck the ball there. Not a great stroke from her.
Well, have a look at where Yu is lining up. Nearly back, facing the hole.
Let's see if she could match our leader with back-to-back birdies here. And it's dripping down there. Yeah, and another opportunity miss here for her. Seems like the only player that can have a chance to catch our leader now at this point.
And now it's over to Lee Ga-young. Had a good month last July when she won the Lotte Open for her second KLPGA Tour title. Strikes quite a figure as well on the golf course. Wears the combats or the flares, or combat trousers or pants yesterday, however you like to call them. Today is the flared look. But this now is for a 3 on 13. No, and a good read. And back-to-back birdies for Lee Ga-young. 11 under par. Well, when you have a look, Nam, at an overview of women's golf globally, the four big movers in the women's game, the four countries, Korea, Japan, USA and Thailand. Those are the countries where where the best players hail from, but it's certainly Japan that is making a big run up the Rolex rankings. It's a country that's just creating the biggest movers. Yamashita is a perfect example of that. Ryo Takeda, who won last week on the LPGA. And you wonder if Japan is going to surpass South Korea, which has always been a powerhouse. Well, one of the powerhouse players is Wang. This for a 2, and it's not going to be high enough.
Yes, Kate, very interesting to see the switch between the powerhouses between Korea, Japan, United States, and now, of course, with Thailand being in the picture as well. We're certainly very proud of that. And a par putt for Huang. Oof. And a mistake it's gonna haunt her here to drop a shot here on 14. And that was one of the players that had a chance to catch the leader there. There's some frustration there.
Yeah, she won't be playing that ball again. Elevated tee at 14. If the breeze picks up, it can be tricky, that's for sure. And now where the hole is located today, it's 18 paces on, 6 from the right. There haven't been that many 2s, but there has Ma De-som, Hong Ji-won walking away with a 2. But it's nervy.
Yeah, certainly, especially how elevated the tee is to the green. You can't hit it too low, and you certainly can't hit it too high. Oh, but that's a beautiful shot there.
And I think it's when you just get that hang time, you're having to wait that little bit longer to find out if your ball is safe.
Yeah, certainly testing your nerves up there. Feels like forever before the ball ever touches the ground again. Yeah, but a very interesting tee shot. All the players have to control their descending angle for this approach shot. If they hit it too low to try to escape the wind, it will make the ball fly quite a bit far, and we've seen players hit the water hazard in the back of the green here. Just a pitching wedge there for our leader. Oh, and I bet you she feels a sense of relief once that ball touches down on the green there.
Well, it's going to be birdie number 3 in a row should she pop that in. And then really starting to separate herself from her colleagues.
So a bit of wind from the left to right. A 9-iron here from Yoo Hoon-ju. Oh, and she drew it left. Oh, thank goodness that had the distance to carry that water hazard there.
Well, there aren't many easy walks around this golf course. This is one of the few downhill walks to a green that the players and certainly the caddies will enjoy. But looking at the state of play now, Park Bok-yom is really starting to put on an impressive performance. Feeling at ease, finding her stride. But let's have a look at the other contenders. We're going to jump now to 18, where a fabulous shot in from Ma De-som. That was moments ago from Ma. Playing alongside Jun Ye-sun and Hong Ji-won. But an easy 3 for Ma. A fantastic, what a super duper back 9 as well. 31, 36, 67, job is done.
Yeah, certainly that push on the back nine will let her leave this tournament with a little bit more pocket money there. Long birdie attempt here for you.
The putting action at 14. Certainly quick. Green's rolling at 11 on the stimp meter. This is Lee Guy Young. Well, for a 2 and for 3 birdies on the bounce. Oh, it's good, and got her putting boots on for Lee Guy Young. That's certainly going to help the complexion of the scorecard. Moves to 12 under.
Yeah, fantastic. 3 birdies in a row, 12, 13, and 14. Those are some of the most iconic holes out here on the golf course. That's going to leave her some good memories here at Blue Canyon. Our leader, Park Bok-yeon, also looking to make 3 birdies in a row as well.
What have you been impressed about with Park Bok-yeon throughout the course of this week, Nam?
Well, first and foremost, her driving distance is incredible. Her shots off the tee is great. She hits those fairway wood in such an incredible manner. She could launch it high. She could trap her wedges also. We saw her had a lightning good second round on the second round, but she did falter coming in on the back nine. But for the past 2 days, she has been so consistent. Really, bogey avoidance has been the key for her for the weekend here. She's not been making too many bogeys at all. If she can make this one, it certainly feels like she can secure this championship here. Oh, and did she try a little bit too hard? Could this be a deja vu from number 11? A birdie look, now all of a sudden a testy par save for her.
The 18th hole, Jun Ye-sung from South Korea. Last birdie opportunity for Jun. He went out in 35. Oh, made a lovely birdie at 13. And then back-to-back birdies on 17 and 18. A 2-3 finish. Back in 34. So 10 under par. Solid week for Jun.
And a par save here now for you, Hoonju. Oh, and she slips it away. Another drop shot for her here on 14. Making that putt could have put a little bit more pressure on our leader. but vice versa, once you miss those, certainly makes that hole look a lot bigger for Park Bong-yom.
We're going through the full pre-shot routine, lining up the shaft. And eventually it goes in for a 3. So the lead very much remains intact for Park Bok-yom, 16 under, and has a 3-shot advantage.
Four holes to go with a 3-shot lead. Kate, what do you think? Do you think she has this one in the bag here?
It would be hard to bet against her. Apart from the 3-putt on 11, it has been super solid from Park Bok-yom. And she won late in the season on the KLPGA Tour, so she's been playing good golf. It's impressive given how much she has spent in the off-season totally revamping her swing. It was a fade in 2024. She's now playing with a draw, and she surprised herself with how the ability and the performance that she's brought to the golf course, and that she's finding this result so quickly. Thought it would take a bit more time to bed in, but just shows you how diligent and how disciplined she has been in that off season.
Yeah, certainly all that hard work she's put in on the off season is translated out here in competition.
Yep, she said, coming into this tournament, I didn't come in with big expectations. It's my first event after making so many changes. She worked on that training camp in New Zealand. Certainly a confident looking swing for the leader. Oh, Nam, how would you feel about spending 2 months away in Vietnam or New Zealand? The players that went to Vietnam, they were running 5 kilometers every single day. They were playing 18 holes. They were going to the gym. They were hitting a lot of golf balls.
Yeah, certainly just playing 18 holes itself would exhaust me, but running 5 kilometers as well on top of that, and all the workout regimen these players put in. There's so much work that just goes behind the scene before these players come to fruition. So it's just such a testament to how hard they work and how diligent they work out as well.
What is some of the great work that you see players do to get themselves ready for showtime? As we watch the putt now from Lee Shu-ying. This is on the 15th hole. It will be a very handy birdie to get to 10 under. And it will be for 3 birdies in the last 4 holes for Lee. Yeah, confidently hold. What is the work that they're doing? And for those of you that watch Full Swing, if you're joining us on YouTube and enjoying the live stream, when you see what the best players in the world are doing, you look at the likes of the men on tour on Full Swing and the amount of heavy lifting they do the morning that they play. Yeah,
certainly. Well, Tiger Woods himself is one of the biggest preacher on those warm-up routines. He spends 4 to 5 hours before each round, right? He spends 2 hours in the gym getting his body warmed up. He calls it glute activation. And then obviously he hits the driving range, hits a couple of putts, work on his touches. But also another player like Lydia Ko, you know that after that fantastic rookie season she had, she also went back and revamped her swing as well, working on her technique with David Ledbetter back in the day. And seeing her working diligently at the academy at Champions Gate, it was fantastic. She was always such a joy to work with, and she's always just has such a great smile and great attitude. I think that is the key ingredient when you are working so hard.
Well, that was for a birdie for Hwang Yu-min, and that would have moved the South Korean to 12 under par, but she will stay at 11.
Exactly like this young lady, only 21 years old. Her golf swing reminds me a lot like Rory McIlroy. Really just gets into the ground great and extend out of it great as well. But that 3-putt on 14 and that missed birdie opportunity there on 15 seems like it's really taking the sails out of her boats here. Our highest ranked player here this week, Yamashita Miu, for birdie to move up to 10 under par. And just a missed opportunity there for her as well. 1 over par for the day. Not exactly the final round she's looking to have here. But I'm sure she'll learn a lot from this experience as she takes this on to her rookie season on LPGA Tour. Back to the 16th green here for Apishaya Yubon for birdie here. Piano. To move up to 10 under par.
Oh, this is good from Piano.
Great to see that little fist pump, little smile. I know she wants to play so well in front of her home crowd. That sometimes add a little bit of extra pressure to the player. We know she's struggling with a little bit of nagging injury in her wrist as well. We'll take a full month off after this event.
And that's got to be hard when the season is just warming up. You want to get out there and play. She's got her tour card on the LPGA. But it is managing your schedule.
Yeah, certainly. To have injury at the very beginning of the season, it's hard for you to kind of get into the swing of things. But for our gold medalist, I'm sure she's going to find her way. Ko Ju, second on the leaderboard right now.
It's a clean scorecard for Ko Ju. No drop shots. Collecting 3 birdies on the front 9 and a couple on the back. And another opportunity presents itself right here on 16.
Oh my goodness, I was so close. Those mid-range birdie putts. If she could only make just a couple more here. We've seen her shoot 65, but I'm not sure if 65 will be enough for her to catch up with the leader here today.
Well, that's scampering down the fairway there for Lee Guy-young. Getting close to getting home in 2 on 15. It's quite the hole, isn't it, Nam? It's like a double dogleg, really, 15.
Yeah, certainly it doglegs right to left off the tee, and then as you approach the green, it doglegs back from left to right. She has an iron in hand. I wonder if she's playing it safe. Oh, and yes, she does. She plays it smart. It's going to be a 3-shot hole for her. She tugged it a little bit left. But that is the smart play here for sure. When you are in command, you do not need to chase anybody.
Well, for Yoo Hyun-jo, it is 238 yards to reach the front edge. Has she got enough firepower to get home in two?
Oh my goodness, hit it.
Oh, wow. Well, that had some venom in it. What a shot. What a time to strike for Yoo Hyun-jo. Knows that she needs everything. She's got to throw the kitchen sink at Park Bok-yeon. 4 shots back. Needs an eagle to apply any kind of pressure. It's been a struggle for Yoo, but that has been the shot of the day from Yoo.
And Coach Yu's in for a par on 16 there to remain at 13 under par. 5 under par already for the day. Has 2 more holes to go.
Stunning scenes here and in Phuket. It's just after 3 o'clock local time. And there is no change at the top of the leaderboard because Park Bok-yeon, the 26-year-old chasing her 3rd career win on the KLPGA Tour, is going about it just the right way. It's a solid final round. 2 under, 16 under for the championship and the leader by 3. Final round coverage of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Here we are on 15 with Lee Ga-young just shy of the green in 2. Currently in a tie for 3rd, Lee Ga-young on 12 under. Has company there with Yoo Hyun-jo.
Well, after that incredible fairway medal from the fairway, this eagle will come in such a timely manner here for her.
Well, what we've got here is a 4-shot difference between Yoo Hyun-jo and the leader, Park Bok-yeon. But this player, here she is. Yoo Hyun-jo is putting now for an eagle. It has been a frustrating day for the South Korean. Is 2 over the card, trying to find more birdies, trying to apply and exert that pressure if she is going to affect the outcome of this championship. But that was a brave shot, Nam, that she has played into the heart of 15. And it does bring up this first eagle opportunity for you.
Yes, not too many more opportunities left for Yoo Hyun-jo, but this is a great one. Could possibly be a 2-shot swing here on hole number 15. Let's see if she could apply some pressure here on Park Bok-yeon. putt could change everything here for her. Can you convert for an eagle here? Oh, and not quite. Just missed it on the low side there. As Park quickly ran behind the hole to try to get a good look of how that putt break.
Well, a birdie all the same, inching closer to the top, but also running out of holes. This is the action on 15. And Park Bok-yeom has an opportunity of her own.
Interesting to see. She birdied this one yesterday. She birdied this one on day number 1. Parted on the second day. So there's been 2 out of 3 birdies already here for her. This will be another great birdie here on 15.
Didn't hit it. Thought it was going to move. It looked like it was good for the line. A par it will be for Park. 16 under she will remain. But most importantly, the deficit at the top, 3 shots. Well, this will be a good run from Lee Guy-young. Has made birdies at 12, 13 and 14. So it's a late charge coming from Lee. And this is a chance to make it 4 in a row. Fabulous. Really finding form and coming alive on the back 9 for Lee Guy-young. 13 under.
Kim Soo-ji for birdie here to move up to 11 under par. And a great birdie there to finish the round for her. Kim Soo-ji, young and talented from Korea.
Another solid performance from Kim Soo-ji. She is number 1 in greens in regulation on tour. This player, Yamashita Miyu, also hits her fair share of greens. This now, the putting action on 16 for Yamashita. Her final round charge has not eventuated. This is for a birdie, though, to get to 10 under.
In the all-white, lining up her putt there, the long-hitting Hwang Yu-min. Oh, and it's tracking online, and in it goes. Beautiful birdie putt there from Hwang Yu-min. Got a shot back from that 3-putt on number 14 there. 4 birdies already for the day, but just too many bogeys.
Currently in 5th place all by herself, Hwang Yu-min. Well, let's go to 17, and today, Nam, the pin is all the way at the back. It makes it a much longer hole, this par 3.
Yeah.
161 earlier in the week, it was 130, so a big difference. Totally different club as well, in the region of a 6-iron or 7-iron for some of the longer hitters.
Certainly the hardest pin location for players to attack it there. And exactly as Kate mentioned, that hole can be played so many different positions there.
Well, there's been a significant improvement for Lee Shu-ying on the back 9. Limped out in 38 strokes. Dropped a shot at 10, but since then has collected 3 birdies. Oh, and that was nearly going to be for birdie number 4 on the back 9. Even for the round today. Currently just sneaking inside the top 10 in a tie for 9th.
All right, and a quick switch to number 17 here with Koju. Can she drain this long birdie attempt here? Quick little putt down the hill, breaking right to left. Oh, and now the putt seems to just drop from everywhere around the golf course. What a championship venue. You could see on the scoreboard there's so many birdies that's happening after number 12 here on the back 9.
And that gets her within 2. Par saver required for Yamashita at 16. But a round so far of 1 over par for the Japanese star. And I think we've come to expect so much from her. She's still only in her early 20s and a rookie on the LPGA, but has rocketed up the Rolex rankings to be number 14. Be interesting to see how the year unfolds. Very nearly won a major last year, was 2nd at the KPMG PGA Championship. What is all to play for here as we are starting to move to the closing stages of this final round at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It was a 2-horse race at the beginning of the day, and now it's just 1. Park Bok-yeom, a leader by 2 shots, but Ko Ju is trying to make a late charge. She's just recorded a lovely birdie, and if she can continue to apply the pressure, she's not going to make it easy for Park Bok-yeom, who is seeking her 3rd win on the KLPGA. Well, let's go down the fairway on 16, and any drive slightly tugged left is going to find one of those 3 bunkers that frames the left side. It's now not easy, Nam, for Park Bok-yeom. Not with that hole location.
Yeah, not at all. That bunker is a popular spot for players to miss it. But there is a little bit of a elevated bunker lip there for her. From 127 yards, she should be able to get it up quickly enough. And I wonder if she caught that one cleanly out of the bunker. Oh, and yes, she does. She finds the dance floor here on number 16 with a lengthy birdie putt there.
Park did exactly what she needed to do. Find the green. 3 pars in, and this championship is hers. But also splashing out from the bunker, hopefully onto the green, is Lee Guy Young.
Oh, and she left it short. Seems like she's short on that green side bunker there. We're not sure if the ball plugged there. But that was an important fairway bunker shot for Lee Kai Young. If she could set herself up for another birdie opportunity there, that would have been 5 birdies in a row for her.
Currently in a tie for second, 3 players locked on 13 under par, including Yu Hyun Jo, also in the bunker.
From 117 yards here.
Settle down.
Just a little bit too much juice there. Interesting to see that the leader is the only one that hit the green here. Certainly relieving her of some pressure.
Well, the 18th hole finally has come for Ko Jiu. Water flanks the right-hand side, doesn't come into play for these players, and that is safely negotiated right down the centre. It's a front pin, Nam, today on 18. It's only 5 paces on and 4 from the left. But
Yes.
there's been a few birdies.
Yeah, certainly a great championship hole or a great finishing hole here. Anything could happen. Lots of birdies could be made here, especially on this pin location. Now in the white and green, Apishaya Yubon with her final driver of the day. After a bogey on 17, she's gonna give this one a crack.
On the upslope for Lee Guy Young on 16.
And it needs to settle. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a testy par save there for her.
Now from the back of the green and into the back bunker for Yu Hyun Jo.
Yeah, for the viewers at home, watch how quickly she hinges her wrist here to apply a little bit more angle of attack on this bunker shot. Trying to find a little bit of spin any way she can. Oh, and a fantastic result from her from the back of the green there. But the green speed continues to be fast out here.
Well, the nearest challenger to Park Bok-yeon is Ko Jiu, who's straight up the middle of the fairway on 18. If she can close Nam with a birdie, that would move her to 15 under and 1 shy of this lead. So this is an important 2-putt right now for Park Bok-yeon. The 17th hole is much longer. It's different to how they played it. And here we are now on 17. And you can see the shot that Yumin Huang has to go with. There's a lot of green to work with, but that was a tug off the tee for Wang.
big bunker shot from her there. And did it just almost. So close, yet so far. All right, back to our leader now. Exactly as Kate mentioned, this is such an important 2-putt for her. You've seen how slippery it is. Down that slope, can she gauge the speed? Oh, and a beautiful lag from her.
Well, Yu Hyun-jo now to putt, looking for a sandy par on 16.
Yu's caddy certainly does get involved with her green reading.
I think he wants to play the putt for her. He'd be happy to have a crack at it. All right, we're going to go ahead now to the 18th. And Hwang Yumin. Oh, it's been a frustrating day for Hwang. But does, in the end, finish with a round of 72. Let's go back now to the action on 16. This for a 4 for Yu Hyun-jo to remain at 13 under. And that's going to cost a few dollars for Yu Hyun-jo. So slipping back to 12 under par.
Yeah, certainly bogey on 14 and 16 did not help her cause to catching the leader there. Only if she could have avoided those bogeys, she would have been just one shot shy of the lead. Lee Ga-young now. This would be a great sand save for her. After 4 birdies, she does not want to drop a shot here on 16 to keep her momentum alive going into the last 2 holes.
Oh, that's a shame for Lee Ga-young. Hustled on the back 9, reeling off those 4 birdies. But alas, a drop shot on 16. Well, this will be a very good birdie for Lee Shu-ying, who has been fighting back, clawing her way back into this championship, certainly on the back 9. Oh, and there's another one to add there.
Yes, she continues to charge up that leaderboard with those 4 birdies there in the back 9. Fantastic performance for this young Chinese golfer here.
So Amir tap in now for the leader to keep it at 16 under par with 2 holes remaining.
And no problem at all for our leader there. Kate, I wonder when she sees her playing competitor in her group dropping a shot there on 16, does that give her a little bit more breathing room? Does it take a little bit of pressure off of her? She just does not know that Ko Ju just made a birdie on 15 and 17.
Yeah, and the only person that can get in her way is herself right now.
Yeah, certainly.
A bogey. unfortunately, for Lee Guy-young to stop that run of birdies. So 12 under, still inside the top 10, but all these shots are proving costly right now. Well, one of the local favourites, Apachaya Yubon, nicknamed Piano. Well, the breeze is freshening on 18, but 112 yards.
She's calling for it to go a little bit left, and it does exactly as she wants.
One of the best shots we've seen into 18 today. That's a goodie. I wonder, does she actually play the piano? Her nickname is Piano because her father wanted her to play the piano when she was younger. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, certainly.
She kind of has to live up to it, really.
All right, this is an important approach shot here for Ko Ju. Only 74 yards here for Ko Ju. The only player on the field right now that could really challenge our leader. Can she hold it out from the fairway?
Online, a fraction shy, but it is a birdie putt to come for Ko Ju. Pops that in, and it gets to within one of Park, who is now standing on the 17th tee, the par 3.
Yeah, certainly been a very exciting day here. One more putt for Ko Ju. One more birdie attempt for her to put herself within one shot of the lead.
Oh, it's a brilliant birdie. That is a clutch putt from Ko Ju. What a round and what a hustle on the back nine. 4 birdies in the last 6 holes to come back in 32. A 68 to be the clubhouse leader on 15 under par. Three rounds. 65, 75, 68 for Ko Ju.
And a 65 on that final round again there for Ko Ju. 7 under par round, matching her very first round there. Yeah, certainly it's been a roller coaster for her, isn't it? Started off round 1 with a 65, round 2 75, round 3 68, and a spectacular finish today.
Well, for the stylish player, Bae Ho-seung, this would be a good way to finish. It's going to move from left to right, but it would be to finish on 8 under par. Is it high enough? In fact, too high for Bae. Well, a round that featured 3 bogeys, just the 1 birdie. She would have expected better from herself, a 3-time winner last year on tour. But still, this is the first event on the KLPGA, 29 to come in 2025. And a chance for the players to leave Korea for a week, come down to Phuket and play the second edition of this Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Now Piano on 18. Well, Nam, this would be a very useful birdie for Apachaya on 18.
Yeah, certainly she is tied for tied for 7th place right now. If she does birdie here on 18, she will move up to top 5. Certainly will just sweeten the memory here for her at Blue Canyon just a little bit. One more birdie before she takes a good long rest.
And a lucrative putt for Apachai Yubon, much to the delight of her fans. A round of 70. A few bogeys and also plenty of birdies, but to finish on 11 under par. A solid 4 days of work there for Piano.
Yeah, just another solid performance from her. Great to see her competing here in Thailand. Pride of Thailand, Apishaya Yubon, Piano.
The closing stages of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. And here are the standings. Pa Bok-yom playing the 17th hole with a one-shot lead. Ko Ju trying to apply some pressure, doing that with a superb final round of 65. A birdie on 18 to edge ever closer, one shot back. Will it be a one-shot different come day's end? Do stay with us as we watch Pa Bok-yong tackle the tricky par 3 17th with that one-shot advantage. We've reached the sharp end of this championship. There is the leader, Park Bok-yong, standing on 17. It's an 8-iron in hand and the leader by 1.
Oh, and a confident swing from our leader there. She was staring at it the whole time, but it did not hold. From her point of view, she must have thought she did everything perfect.
Yeah, 8-iron, had plenty of loft with it, took it upstairs. But now you can see how firm those greens are becoming. Late in the afternoon here in Phuket. And now, Nam, things are getting a little bit interesting.
Yeah, certainly a little bit of trouble in paradise for her, for sure. Could she get another sand save from the back of the green there?
Well, Lee Gai-young too far back, but an important performance here. Needs a good swing on 17. Currently locked in a tie for 3rd.
A 7-iron for her, and was not enough. How contrasting for two players. One player hit it 7-iron short, and the other player hit an 8-iron, and it went long. You could see the breeze certainly starting to swirl up a little bit there.
Well, it's interesting because when you think about Park Bok-yom, who revamped her swing in the off-season, to work on that draw, you know, surely on a hole like this, you want to get it to nestle down quietly next to the hole, so a fade is the better shot.
Yeah, certainly. It definitely calls for a fade here on 17. Yo Hoon-ju. And she finds the fat side of the green there. But that will be a tough 2-putt from that position.
up ahead on the 18th. Yamashita from 107 yards.
Oh, and a brilliant shot from her. Something we're so accustomed to seeing from her, especially when there's a wedge in hand.
Well, there's a good run up the leaderboard for Li Shu-ying, really finding form on the back nine. In spite of the bogey on 10, has collected 4 birdies.
And a fantastic wedge shot there. What a great display of distance control for her.
A big drive once again from the third player in this group, Hwang Yu-min. Will be able to generate some spin.
And a lovely shot also. Keeping it below the flagstick there should leave a nice uphill putt for her.
Well, let's return to the leader, who now is under a little bit of pressure to save par.
Kate, what do you think? That water hazard behind the green. Oh, she elected to go with the chunk and run play. Certainly safe, and she gauged the speed of that green very well. This could be the absolute, the most important up and down for her today.
Absolutely. A 3 and a par on the 18th, and her job is done. Lee Ga-young's job is not done, though. Front bunker for Lee. Oh, good touch.
Yeah, certainly used her wrist very well there. Seems like there's a little bit of a side battle between Lee and Yu, trying to get the lone third position here.
Well, to finish with a 3, Hwang Yu-min.
To move up to third place here.
Just not quite high enough. Well, a round of 71 for Hwang Yu-min, even par out. Back in 35, so 11 under par, which is a tie for 5th, alongside Kim Soo-ji and Apachaya Yubon, as well as Lee Shu-ying. Well, the only player in the final group to find the green on 17. Yoo Hyun-jo, it's a long-range putt, but it is for a 2. Or can Yamashita bury a putt on 18? There's only been one birdie on the scorecard. That came at 13 for the young Japanese star. Bogey on 17. But indeed, it holds its line. And an excellent 3 for Yamashita Miyu, the world number 14. 9 under for the championship. She'll return to the States where she'll continue to play on the LPGA Tour. But what a future she has. A rookie on tour, a 13-time winner on the Japan Tour, and a real name to remember this year. this would be useful for Li Shuying to break out of that tie for 5th place. Oh, straight pull off the club.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing finish here for her. Not the round she's looking for on the final round here at the championship. A par save now for you.
But it was a tentative stroke from Yu Hyun-jo, and that's going to cost a fair few dollars. Slips back to 11 under par, and in that tie for 5th was in 3rd place. But could there be a late birdie for Yu? No birdie in the end for Li Shuying, the winner of the Tour Championship in China last year. A couple of wins for her in China, but now mainly on the KLPGA Tour. She dances between both China and South Korea. But in the end, a round of 71 to finish on 11 under, locked into a 5th place finish alongside Ma Dasom and Kim Suji, as well as Apachar Yubel and Hwang Yumin. Well, this is an important putt now.
Yeah, certainly this is the putt we've been waiting for here.
For the lead to remain intact. 16 under, the leader by 1, this for a par.
Oh, and she splits the cup there. Certainly a great stroke down the hill there for her. Certainly testing her nerves, and she's holding on just fine here with 1 shot to go and 1 hole left for this championship.
Okay.
Well, an important 3 this would be for Lee Gai-young. And a 3 it is. It's a good sandy par. So 1 hole remaining for the 2-time winner. So our final group marches off to the 18th. Here is the 18th from the back. And tell us a little bit about this par 4 now.
Well, it's a short par 4 here for a finishing hole. There is water hazard right in front of the tee box, but it is not in play for these young ladies here, especially not for a long hitter like you. But the important part is the approach shot here to the elevated green on number 18. Lots of severe undulations on the green. 3 segments of the green, but today the pin location is at the very front. I wonder if the rules official put it there just to try to put a little bit of twist to the story ending here.
Well, Park Bok-yeon has been impressive throughout the course of this week. What a good player. She is 26 years old. She's ranked 27th on the KLPGA Tour, but has been busy in the off-season, breaking down her swing, working with her coach, going to a camp in Vietnam to change the stock shot from a fade to a draw. And now, no driver required, going with the fairway metal.
Oh, and a little bit of a pullback there. She's going to reset herself, go through her routine again one more time. Final tee shot of the day. And she finds the fairway there. All she needs is a par to secure this championship here.
So part 1 of the equation done and dusted.
Lee Ga-young found the fairway as well on the 18th hole here. 4 birdies for her on the back 9. What a great charge, but is it a little bit too late?
Well, the tournament is falling in the direction of Park Bok-yong. Has held her head up high, has enjoyed the lead, had a share of it at the beginning of the day, and then put her foot down. A couple under par. There was a 3-putt on the 11th that would have given her a scare, but then hustled back with birdies on 12 and 13, a string of pars from there. And now the tournament really is within her grasp. One hand on the trophy, a par on 18 to secure the deal and win the season opener on the KLPGA Tour. Let's join the action on 18. It's going to be her good friend Yu Hyung-jo, the rookie last year on the Korean Tour, to play first. This her second. Well, we did switch away briefly to have a look at Ko Ju, who is eagerly watching what will unfold here on 18. As, if Park Bok-yong were to miss the green, not get up and down, and it was a bogey, we are staring at a playoff. So Ko Ju certainly hanging around.
$80 yards for Lee Ga-young. Oh, and she just about flagged it from the fairway there. What a fantastic wedge shot. Even getting a round of applause from our leader there as well. Love seeing the sportsmanship from these young ladies out here.
Well, Nam is only 77 yards for Park Bok-yong. A shot that she could play in her sleep with her eyes closed, but this matters. This is for win number 3. Needs a par on 18.
Oh, and it seems like it's right on line, and she found the dance floor there. That's securing another birdie look. All she needs now is a 2-putt there to secure her win.
Well, if she is nervous, she's certainly showing no signs of it. Has won twice before, knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, certainly has the nerves of steels out here today. It's been tested. It's been tested. She's made a little bit of a mistake on 11 with a 3-putt par, but immediately bounced back with 2 back-to-back birdies.
Well, Blue Canyon Country Club can certainly take a measure of pride at how well it has staged this tournament. Kun Prapant Asarawatwari, who is the chairman of the club, who's been here throughout the course of this week watching the players. Congratulations to him and his team. They've worked diligently to put this event on. It's going to come back next year, hopefully even bigger. Going to be 60 players from the KLPGA Tour that will be flying out of Seoul to come down and do battle. But for the first event on the Korean Tour, this is a goodie and a great addition to the tour calendar. Yu Hyun-jo having a good look at this putt. It's above the hole here, Nam.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be lightning fast down that hill here for her. She's going to barely touch this ball and just let the slope do all the magic here.
Well, all 3 players on the green. A beautiful clubhouse in the distance. A fitting venue to kick off the KLPGA Tour for 2025. And the closing stages All three players putting for birdie. Yu Hyung-jo to deliver the first blow, currently in a tie for third. This putt to break free.
Oh, and it's starting to pick up some speed there.
Well, it's a 4 to finish for Yu Hyung-jo. Just 21 years old, funny, ever popular on tour, already a major champion, winning that last year at the KB Financial Group Star Championship. This isn't going to be her tournament, but a solid performance over the 4 days, and it's a top 5 finish. Well, Nam, this is what these players dream of and why they work so hard in the off-season.
Yeah, certainly. You could imagine how many times she has visualized this championship putt over and over again when she's practicing putting. I'm sure she's gone through this mentally over and over again, preparing herself for this big moment here.
Spent the off-season in Hawaii and LA, revamping her swing. Was wondering if it was going to be good enough to kick off the season. Well, it certainly has been. This now for the championship.
Yeah, and certainly she coasted down there, and she can afford it with that one-shot lead.
So it's going to be a tap-in championship putt to come for Park Bok-yoon, who will wait for Lee Ga-young. The players are ready with the celebratory fizz. There's a brilliant rule on the KLPGA that score recording moves to the 18th green for the last 4 groups. So there will be a collection of Korean golfers waiting to congratulate Park Bok-yoon. It's just a matter of time. But an exceptional shot in for Lee Ga-young and a very makeable 3 to move to 13 under and enjoy third place all by herself.
Oh, and a fantastic birdie there to finish her round here for Lee Ga-young. 69 first round, 69 second round, 68 today, yesterday, and of course 3 more under today.
But our champion for 2025, Park Bok-yoon, makes it 3 wins in 3 consecutive seasons on the KLPGA. She is the winner of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.
Oh, and she's trying to break the water celebration. There you have it. You see the face of a champion here at Blue Canyon Ladies Classic Invitation.
Well, if she was feeling the heat, certainly not now. Let the celebrations begin. A much-deserved victory for a player who was brave enough in the off-season to revamp her swing, break it down completely, and to come out and deliver the goods in 2025. She'll add her name to Lee Ye-won as a winner of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Well, jubilant scenes here. And a winner's towel to go with it. There's 3 now in her impressive resume. 26 years old for Park Bok-yoon, 27th on the rankings on the KLPGA Tour. That's going to change. And what a statement early on in the season, delivering the first win of 2025. Well, it's a good addition, Nam, having a winner's towel after you get doused in fizzy water.
Yeah, certainly. It's a very functional towel and a timely manner one for sure.
16 under in the end, the winning score. A round of 2 under today, a 70. Opened her account with a 66 and another 66 on the Saturday. So all 4 rounds under par. And what a way to start the season. Well, she'll go off Park Bok-yeon and go and sign her scorecard. The official prize presentation will take place shortly on the 18th green. But what a wonderful 4 days we've witnessed, Nam.
Yeah, certainly. It's been great to watch these young ladies here competing their heart out here in Phuket, Thailand at this beautiful Blue Canyon golf course here with us.
Final confirmation. Park Bok-yeon victorious in 2025, a round of 70 today to finish 1 shot clear of her nearest challenger in Ko Ju, who did secure a 65, certainly to put the frighteners off Park Bok-yeon. That was a fabulous final round for Ko. Lee Ga-young, well, eventually ran out of steam, a round of 69 for her, but other good and notable performances today. Ma Da-som, 5 under, 67. Kim Soo-ji, a 3-time major champion on tour, a 69 to move to 11 under. A top 10 finish for these players as well as Jun Ye-sung, who creeps into the top 10 courtesy of a 69 on Sunday to finish on 10 under par. Well, Nam, what are some of your takeaways when you see the best from the Korean tour come down to Phuket and you look at their technique and the way they play their game? What has stood out for you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely stunned by how talented these young ladies are. And of course, no wonder they are such a powerhouse on LPGA as well. But more importantly than anything, I see the collective group that they have, how much they cherish their player, how much they take care of their players, and how much the fans love their players in their home country. The pride of Korea ladies golf is certainly there, but it's also great to see other Asian countries like Thailand, Japan, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines here with us as well.
Yep, Dottie Ardina from the Philippines competing this week, but great players as well from India and also Singapore. Bae So-young, well, she was 2 over today, but had her chances certainly coming into the weekend. A classy looking player, a striking figure on tour. Bang Shin-sil, one of the longest hitters, appropriately named Bang, 3 under today, 5 under for the championship. And there is Dottie Ardina from the Philippines. 4 under through 72 holes, a 70 today for the Filipino. Lee So-young, Lim Jin-yong also in the clubhouse with 69s on Sunday to finish 3 under in the championship. And that's just sneaking inside the top 40. But $800,000 US in prize fund, 144,000 of that will go to Park Bok-yeon. But as we roll through a couple of pages on the leaderboard, Nam, these players can take a measure of pride at how well they've negotiated the Blue Canyon course over the past 4 days.
Yeah, certainly, and some notable Thai names on there as well. Earlier on that page, there was 3 Thai players on there, but here you see Nawapon Suntriyas making the cut here into the weekend. That itself is an impressive feat. Wasawan Sankapong also, she was playing really good through 2 rounds, a little bit of a falter round on the 3rd there, but bouncing back, making it through the cut. Obviously the cut was 1 under par. That is just such a testament to how good these young ladies are here.
Lee Ga-young making a very lucrative 3 on 18 as well. Now that was important because that meant she finished in 3rd place all by herself rather than a tie for 3rd. So more dollars into the wallet of Lee Ga-young, and also for Ko Ju as well, finishing birdie. Highlights today, well, there were plenty from the contenders. Remember, it began at 14 under, 2 players locked in the lead. Park Bok-yeon and as well as Yoo Hyun-jo, but then it was Park Bok-yeon who put her foot down to emerge as the champion in 2025. Let's go back through some of the highlights now. And this on the 13th hole, the par 4. This was Ko Ju, who is making a run up the leaderboard at this point.
This will be her 4th birdie for the day here at the Canyon hole on 13. And she will continue to make a couple of more birdies to really charge up that leaderboard. What a fantastic 65 final round for her today.
Two-time winner on tour, Ko Ju. And then this on 14. This was earlier in the afternoon. It's a testing tee shot on 14, elevated tee. Was looking to chip in from off the green for Ko Ju. Well, it wasn't a chip in, but it was a solid 3 for Ko. And then on the 17th hole.
It's a difficult par 3 here.
Made a birdie on 15. It was a par on 16. And then this from across the green on 17.
And she absolutely poured this one on in. Birdie on 17 there. That put her 2 within the lead.
At this point, 14 under par. So looking to exert pressure on the lead. And had an opportunity on the 18th, the par 4 up the hill. Just a flick with the wedge going upstairs, tossing this up in the air. And importantly, leaving it below the hole now.
Yeah, certainly she did not put it behind where she had to have a downhill slope, setting herself up for a beautiful birdie there. She did everything she could possibly have done in that back 9, birdieing 17 and 18 to finish her round. But I just wonder if round 2 kind of cost her a little bit there.
2 rounds of 65 for Ko Ju, but then, as you mentioned, Nam, that round of 75, and in the end only finishing 1 shot off the pace. But the day and the tournament has belonged to Park Bok-yeon. This was at the 9th hole, opened her account with a birdie on 1, dropped a shot on 4. Then there were a stretch of pars, but was through the green in 2 on this par 5 9th. So had that chip for an eagle. This was for a birdie. And to separate her from the chasing pack out in 35, 15 under par.
Yes, and at that point, that birdie separated 3 shots away from the rest of the field for her before she made the turn there.
Well, a par came at the 10th, but then this happened at the 11th.
And then, should we say highlight, this was where she made a mistake, the only mistake she made here on the back 9, and we were wondering if the screws were going to come a little bit loose here. This was a 3-putt from a close birdie attempt for her.
Well, that gave hope to the chasing pack, slipping back to 14 under par, but then responded beautifully on the 12th hole, tugged it left off the tee, so it had a completely blind shot in. Had to trust the line, also coming out of the rough, but it was solid contact from Park.
Yeah, and certainly a heroic shot for her there. Certainly, I'm sure she thought about laying up there, but going for the green here certainly paid dividends later on.
Well, a lengthy birdie putt, but a birdie putt it was all the same. And Park Bok-yeon, this right to left sliding putt on 12 to make up for the 3-putt on 11 and got the train back on track. A superb birdie under difficult circumstances. So then the lead, 15 under par and daylight between her and the challengers. And the good form continued on 13.
Certainly lots of momentum shifting for her for Park. Bogey on 12, bogey on 11, birdie on 12, and here's another beautiful wedge where she just absolutely flagged it here for a kick-in birdie. A back-to-back birdie here on 13 and 14. "16 under at this point.
There was a putt to move to 17 under on 15. But a tentative stroke from Park, protecting the lead. And it popped for a par. At the 16th hole.
An important two putt here for her as she controlled the speed down that hill, nestled it down nicely, a beautiful lag putt to secure another par here.
And then on 17. Well, at this point it was a two-shot lead, but little did she know that Ko Ju was making a run and finished birdie to get within one. So needed to find a sandy par after the 8-iron rolled through the back of the green, and this was a touch of class.
Yeah, certainly this was an important up and down for her here. She hit a beautiful tee shot that just released a little bit too much into that back bunker.
A par indeed it was on 17, and so a par required on 18 to win the championship by 1. It was a great drive straight up the middle of the fairway and just 77 yards in for Park. Showing no signs of nerves, or certainly hiding them, this putt for a two-shot championship win. Dribbled it down, but the next putt did indeed go in, and so for Park Bok-yong, making it 3 wins on the KLPGA Tour and winning the season opener in 2025 at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. What a popular player on tour, the 26-year-old. Has been on tour for a number of years. Those were your highlights from the final round. And shortly we are going to join the prize presentation that will take place on the 18th. Well, there's a lot of people that have gone into this championship now to make it possible. And it certainly has been elevated over the last year. It's a good idea to move it from 54 to 72 holes.
Yeah, certainly with 40 Korean players coming to Phuket here, competing with us, and obviously some invites for Thai players also. One from the Philippines, a couple from China, and of course we can't forget about some of our amateurs also that gave it a little bit of a run. Angel being one of the notable names that nearly made the cut through into the weekend, shot even par, missed it just by 1. Quite a bit of a heartbreaking moment for her, but lots of learning experience for our young amateur also.
And there you see final confirmation on the leaderboard of Park Bok-yong, but a super good round from Ko Ju, also from Ma Da-som, who ran out of steam, but it was a late charge. And Ma Da-som will continue a good year on tour. Li Shu-ying, the only player from China on the front page of the leaderboard, but plays mostly in Korea, dances between the two tours. And a solid tie for 5th finish from Apachaya Yubon, who will take a month off now after injuring her wrist. Needs to take some time out before she begins her campaign again on the LPGA Tour. And then for Hwang Yoo-min, in the end it was only a round of 71 for Hwang, the long-heading South Korean. But you can always expect her to be part of the conversation on a Sunday on tour.
Yeah, certainly it's become such a power game now here on LPGA and PGA. You see Park Bok-yong, Ko Ju, Kim Soo-ji, Hwang Yoo-min, all such long hitter, and of course you cannot forget about Ma Da-som as well with that beautiful 500 par round to charge up the leaderboard.
Well, let's go now to the prize presentation on the 18th green, and let's join our MC Pat Sansradu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
to the 2025 Blue Canyon Ladies Championship Trophy Ceremony.
It's a pleasure to have you all here today to celebrate an incredible event and honor our remarkable champion. Let's give a round of applause to all the participants who showcase such talent and passion. Before we proceed with the award presentations, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests. First, please welcome the Vice President of the Korean Ladies Professional Golf Association, Ms. Kim Soon-hee. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Shalanda Chopjit, Director of Professional Sport Administration and Evaluation Division from Sport Authority of Thailand. Next, I would like to invite the Chairman of the Blue Canyon Country Club, Mr. Prapan Asawa Ari. Please welcome Mr. Prasert Akarapong Pisak, Senior Advisor to the Chairman of Blue Canyon Country Club. And please welcome Mr. Adun Chutong, Vice Governor of Phuket City. And of course, our winner of the day of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship 2025, Park Boo-kyung. Now let's begin the award presentation. Ms. Kim Soon-hee, may I invite you to come forward to present the winner's suit to our champion. And now, may I invite Mr. Prapan Asawa Ari, Chairman of the Blue Canyon Country Club, present the winner with a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And next, Dr. Shalanda Chopjit, please join us to present the prize money, which worth 144,000 US dollars. And finally, Mr. Adun Chutong, Vice President of Phuket City, who will honor our champion with a magnificent trophy. What a wonderful moment here. And next, it's the time for the winner's speech. I would like to invite our champion to share some speech with us. I'm sure everyone is waiting for this moment.
안녕하세요. 박보경 프로입니다. 일단 이렇게 더운 날씨에 많은 선수들 그리고 협회 임직원분들 그리고 이렇게 좋은 골프장을 제공해 주신 많은 분들께도 감사하다는 말씀을 드리고 싶고요. 그리고 제가 오랫동안 꿈꾸던 구단 삼천리에 입단하고 처음으로 전지훈련을 합류했는데요. 이만득 회장님의 많은 도움과 그리고 많은 열정 덕분에 좋은 환경에서 연습을 해서 이렇게 좋은 성적을 낼 수 있었던 것 같습니다. 그리고 저희 회사가 올해 70주년을 맞이했는데요. 굉장히 오랜 역사를 기념하는 해인 만큼 이렇게 회장님께 시즌 첫 우승으로 선물을 드릴 수 있어서 정말 감사한 것 같습니다. 그리고 저희 삼천리 모토스 손원현 대표님 그리고 서광영 대표님께도 감사드립니다. 그리고 현장에서 많은 응원을 해주시고 또 첫 개막전이 이제 태국에서 해서 한국에서 많은 응원을 보내주셨는데 정말 감사하다는 말씀 드리고 싶고요. 그리고 멋진 대회를 개최해 주시고 최고의 코스를 제공해 주신 블루캐년 컨트리 클럽 프라판 아사바 아리 회장님께 진심으로 감사드립니다. 그리고 KLPGA 투어의 선수들의 발전을 위해 애써주시는 KLPGA 김상열 회장님께도 감사드립니다. 그리고 제 메인 후원사인 삼천리 그룹의 이만득 회장님, 삼천리 모터스 손원현 대표님, 서광영 대표님, 그리고 많은 임직원분들 감사드립니다. 그리고 이쁘게 옷 입고 시합을 할 수 있게 해주신 크리스 FSC 우진석 회장님 그리고 임직원분들 좋은 퍼포먼스 낼 수 있게 도움 주시는 피인골프 허광수 회장님 타이틀리스트 아디다스 마리아나 관광청 렉스필 커피 스미스에게도 감사드립니다. 올해부터 프레임 스포츠진과 함께하게 되었는데요. 정말 많은 분들이 이렇게 더운 곳까지 와서 저희에게 아낌없이 도와주시고 함께 해주셨는데 정말 고맙다는 말을 하고 싶고요. 그리고 훌륭한 대회를 위해 물심양면으로 노력해주신 모든 관계자 여러분과 선후배 동료 여러분들께도 감사의 말씀드립니다. 감사합니다.
All right, and right now is the time for photo session. I would like to introduce all the VIP guests on the stage to step a little forward for the group photos. Welcome the Vice President of the Korean Ladies Professional Golf Association, Ms. Kim Sun-hee, Dr. Shalanda Shopjit, Director of Professional Sports Administration and Evaluation Division from Sport Authority of Thailand, the Chairman of the Blue Canyon Country Club, Mr. Papran Asawari, Mr. Prasad Akarapong Pisak, Senior Advisor to the Chairman of Blue Canyon Country Club, Mr. Adun Chu Tong, Vice President, Vice Governor of Phuket City, and our champion, Park Pyu Kyung.
Well, what a good week it has been. And it's been a magical week indeed for Park Bok-yeon, who is the winner in 2025. And our sincere thanks indeed to Kumprapant Asawatwari, the chairman of Blue Canyon Golf Club, for delivering another wonderful event. 72 holes this year, $800,000 in prize money, and it continues to attract the best players in the game, Nan.
Yeah, certainly. It's been a fantastic week here watching all these talented players all around Asia coming to compete with us here in Phuket. And what a fabulous venue it's been. It's been lovely to spend the weekend here with you, Kate Burton.
Indeed, it has been an absolute pleasure to be here to see the best from the Korean Tour, as well as stars from Thailand, Japan, and several other Asian countries. Well, this is the golf course. I think it's been a winner this week. It has certainly delivered. It has been a challenging layout. It's been presented in immaculate condition. There is the clubhouse in the distance, and we look forward to this championship returning in 2026, where there's going to be even more stars from the KLPGA contesting the third Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, the season opener in 2025. But from myself, Kate Burton and Nam Padun. Nam, I think you've had a good week here this week, and here's to more fabulous women's golf for the season ahead.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you very much for all the viewers at home.
And indeed, thank you indeed for watching and for joining the action. But our congratulations to Park Bok-yom, our winner in 2025 at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.